Jump into Keon's picks. Keon, here you go.
Yeah, it's just another one from Simple Stacker. Another question. He asks people what would make them quit their job out of principle, and he means specifically where your employer or someone you're working with is violating your values, or they are doing something that is so in conflict with things you believe that you would leave. So not a pay cut, not your you don't like your boss or your coworker is annoying, but like really what would the company have to be doing to make you just quit out of principle? He says specifically for them, it's where the San Francisco school district, although they're not in San Francisco, but if he had to end up doing something like this where they're lowering to the standards where you can pass classes with a 21% like overall grade, um, and then the teachers or instructors have to be allowed to allow them to turn in assignments late and retake exams as many times as they want until they get a grade that they like. And it feels like that's just like sort of encroaching on
Mm.
what makes education work, and he doesn't want to kind of be a flag bearer to a failed uh, a school or profession and sit around and watch that happen. So that would make him quit. And then a bunch of other people came in. A lot of them said forced medical procedure, which is a big thing around COVID. Still on a lot of people's minds. Um,
Yeah, Keford said that he didn't want to have to quit on his own accord for COVID. Um, but luckily no one lost their job, but people quit. And then he goes, it was really hard to be honest about this stuff when it wasn't really looking you in the eye. I'd also quit if my company was doing things against my morals. So that hasn't happened yet. In reference to education, I worked in IT for public education. Oh, I didn't know you worked in IT. And when I started, I was disenfranchised Republican. When I quit, I was ready to quit because my disdain for the public sector, unions, and management. There are good people working in it, but they are the exception. Wanted to get out of the government work and into the private sector. Private sector was one of the best decisions I ever made. Yeah. Simple stacker. Yeah. Keon, did you ever quit a job that you didn't like? At a principal? Sounds like you have.
mm,
Did you work at a Mexican restaurant? You told me one time.
no, I lived behind a
Oh,
Mexican restaurant in a motel because the Mexican restaurant also had a motel in the back, and they let me pay in cash
that's awesome. I love that
every
story.
week, every week for my motel room. Uh, and so I didn't need all the money required to pay for monthly rent.
Dang,
I could just
you're
pay it
grinding.
weekly. Wasn't really a grind. I didn't even have a full time job because I couldn't find a full time job in the town I was living in. Best I could do was 30 hours a
How
week.
where were you working at?
Grocery store.
Oh wow,
Started as a bagger. I think maybe a year in I became a
damn.
cashier.
That
But
was the hard times.
uh,
That was when you were coming up. Were you going to school at that time by yourself?
no, I wasn't going to school. I wasn't going to school. I was just sort of drifting through, or not really drifting,
That was
swimming in place.
that was when you were spray painting, right? You're out
That
there.
was a graffiti time.
Yeah, I remember that.
Started in that motel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but I quit that job because I was gonna move in with a girl I had met a week ago. So I quit that job, moved somewhere. I just met a girl like a week ago, and then she's like, "Do you want to live with me?" And I'm like, "Sure." And then so I quit my job and then moved in with her, and then that ended up going real bad, and she ended up
Yeah.
kicking me out.
Damn it.
Yeah, but it was bad. She like called the cops.
Shut up, dude. Really?
Yeah,
Oh
because she was afraid
no.
I wasn't gonna move out.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's a bummer. I guess
Dang it.
that was interesting. But then the only other time I quit a job, I think it might have been fired as a movie usher.
Oh, you worked in the movie theater?
Oh
I
yeah,
always
that
wanted
was
a
my
job
first
like
job.
that.
I had that job, I think, at 15.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I had kept it until maybe 16. No, maybe I started at
Did you ever
14
watch
actually.
movies?
Yeah, you could watch movies for free. You could get popcorn for free. We would make
Wow.
like special batches of popcorn with like extra oil. You could like we would like double oil them, and they're super good because it's like that flavored oil. It tastes like butter, so it's just to make it heck.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and you get free movies. And then on your shifts, you would have to check out to make sure people weren't sneaking in. You would go into so you could watch, parts sections of movies at a time. Yeah, I like that job. It was a fun job.
So you never quit a job at a principal?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I did not quit a job out of
I thought
principal.
you would have. Yeah.
I haven't had that many jobs. I've had like 3, 4 jobs. No, maybe 5. But
Dang.
no, no principal. Mostly out of I don't. I just quit for some reason.
Yeah.
How about you? Have you quit out of principal?
No, I never have. No, I never have. I never took a job that required me to quit at a principal. I've been in jobs where like I've been like ridiculed or like I've always been the like how would you say kind of like the way I am now in Bitcoin, like where people where I'm always like the odd man out. Um but like I've never quit. If anything, I kind of enjoy it. It makes me like appreciate it, I guess. I like it, if that makes sense.
Hmm. Yeah. I think it's hard, but I think Ray Ruby said fraud. So if like the company is doing something illegal, misrepresenting themselves,
Mm.
that's a good reason to quit.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean, in many ways, most of the and even the education point for a simple stacker, that is sort of a fraud. Like he would probably feel like he's not actually giving these people education, so that's why he would quit.
Wasn't there that other crypto sensei guy was talking about that? Yeah, this guy with the when he was teaching or something. Didn't he have a post about that or something?
Yeah, Crypto Sensei is a teacher in Singapore. Um,
Yeah, I have. Are you crazy? I have 2 kids.
so he's basically saying he doesn't think he would quit out of principle. I mean,
But did he
is
have a
the
post like a few weeks ago where he was like saying like he's like that he
I
wasn't
might have
feel like
missed
they
that
were
one.
listening to him or something?
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe it's just venting.
yeah, I think that was venting. I don't think he would quit over that.
Oh, cool stuff.
Yeah, I like questions like this.
Yeah, I've never quit out of anything out of principle. I don't think so. No, I didn't. I think the best job I ever had was my IT job, the last job before I got into Bitcoin. I really liked that job. It was so relaxed, dude.
Hmm.
It was so relaxed.
I've never liked a job.
That one was easy. If it wouldn't have sold, I would have stayed there because it was so easy. It was kind of like Plub Lab,
Hmm.
where we would all just kind of hang out all day, and we were in our own little group, and we would just knock out tickets and hang out on Fridays. They would buy us food, and
I never had a job that felt easy.
it was great, dude. We were getting paid good. It was the
I
2010s.
think you have to make your job easy. That's probably why.
Yeah.
I mean, none of my jobs
And they
felt
took
easy.
care of us really good too. Like plus our the person that was the owner, he was just like a really good man too. Like he carried a lot of the burden. Like he shielded us so much away from all the business stuff, which I think makes a really good leader.